eat while you're full scenario, it doesn't matter to count the calories. I totally disagree. Welcome back, everybody. Today I chose to speak about a subject that's been spoken many times, and the reason why I chose to speak today is because I heard it again yesterday and it's just unbelievable. So what we're going to talk about is weight loss, fat loss, call it. Well, it's not pretty much the same, but it will impact your weight in general. Either you lose fat or muscles, it will equals anyway a weight loss in general. The question is what you want to lose, and then you obviously have different approaches. But the main thing what I wanted to talk about is, and I've seen videos where people were talking on and on saying that it doesn't matter to count the calories, which I disagree. I totally disagree, because you have no control of how much you eat. We had an eye-opening moment other day when I made some food and I served to my wife and I asked, what do you think? How many calories are there? Because it didn't seem the big portion. And she thought probably something between 300 to 400. And I said, see, because you didn't know, it's actually nearly 700. And when you munch that away, you could easily grab another one. And I had the same scenario yesterday where I made up a wrap which seemed healthy and it had good nutrients, but at the same time when I started put things down, I realized that wow, like I'm stepping in like nearly close to the 600 calories. And if you're on the weight loss, fat loss journey, you have certain amounts that you should be hitting every day. It's not that I'm going to eat until I'm full. If you're gonna do that, in some cases you won't feel that, you won't feel satisfied, and you'll be able to munch away something else, and you don't even realize that slice of bread, whichever way it comes, it could be easily between 100 to 150 calories per slice, and then it depends what you put onto it. So I totally disagree. This is my message. I totally disagree, and the main reason why is because I've been following this eat while you're full scenario for a year or so, and believe me, my weight went up. And I started to feel fat sitting there and here, and obviously started to impact my activities. I do quite a lot running. That would be 4 to 5 times a week. I'm not saying that necessarily you have to do that. It's enough if you do some weight training and even do half an hour walks, but do a bit aggressive walks when you do that. Don't be just like walking in a park. That will help as well, but obviously then you'll need to walk a lot more to have the same benefit if you just do more aggressive or speed walking for up to an hour or so. The subject, don't count calories, eat while you're full. If you want some results, you will have to pay attention how much you eat and what you eat. And also don't forget that same amount of calories of one food, which could be processed foods, and something that is properly made or cooked at home, not deep fried or being frozen for many weeks or months and then just thrown into deep fryer. these foods again, they might have similar amount of calories, but those calories are different. And I always like this question that one of my friends is asking, yeah, but Yannick, why, like if I eat this pizza which has whatever 400-500 calories, and it's equals the same with like oven baked potato or boiled potatoes with like 4% of fat, mincemeat, cooked along with some chickpeas or kidney beans or peppers, onions. These foods are not comparable. The amount of fats that pizza has, the amount of processed nutrients, like the dough, the way the dough is made, it's not comparable of the nutritional benefits that you will be able to get out of whole foods. Backing the subject that it's fine if they are genuinely happy, the way they look, the way they feel, it's fine. But personally myself, I'm more like a hybrid athlete. So I do weight training, but I also do endurance. And my endurance side would involve running and cycling. I was training for triathlon, but with the timings and family and children, it's just too selfish to continue. So I had to say no to something. So I decided to keep the weights, cycling and running. Even cycling less than running, whereas it used to be opposite. It used to be more cycling. It is what we have to do. We have to make these choices. But in terms of not counting calories, even us who are doing a lot of weight training, endurance sports, even ourselves, if we want to keep our body look the way we want and also to have enough energy to complete your exercise without dying during the process, you will count the calories. Believe me, try it. Try 1 year, just eat whenever you want until you are full, and come back after the year and see how you feel, how you look, how is your energy going, how is your body looking, do you need additional clothes in your wardrobe, and so on. It's not going to work. The reason why I'm saying, because I tried that and it did not work out. Believe me, it did not work out. And those scientists who say that calorie is just made up thing, we were measuring this in the laboratories, it was done by this and that, we were burning that type of foods to see how much energy it would oxidate, and based on that we made up calories. Yes, that's fine, that could be. We are not going to do that. We are not going to calculate every single thing. It's not even possible. I understand, but the guidelines we have so far, it's enough to keep the tracking. You can go into the gym to any single person who is looking good, who are looking after themselves. Ask them, do you track your nutrition? And in 99% cases they say they will. You will ask them, you will ask how many grams of protein you have to hit today, or how many carbs are you going for, or how many fats you're trying to fit in your daily routine. These guys know, because they tailor their diets. I'm saying diet, but actually it just has became as their lifestyle. It's not anymore a diet. That's the thing. When you switch away from these unhealthy foods that been destroying you for many years, yes, it seems like a diet, but it's because it's just new way of living. But after a while in that, you will realize that once you start switch out foods from your kitchen, whatever, where you keep all these foods, you will see that the good foods that make you feel better, you have more energy, you start look better, you start like yourself better, everybody start like you better, you will see that it eventually happen. Those foods will replace the foods you had before. And even then, with all these good foods, you have to have in mind the portion size, the weights, roughly. I'm not saying that every single time. For example, my morning routine would contain some fry and 2 slices of bread or the bagel, and I would generally put on some cottage cheese, ricotta cheese, some type of soft cheeses. Do I wait out every time? No, because you picture, you see that portion size is the same with rice, boiled potato, oven baked potato, like sweet potato. Whatever you make, you measure it once. You roughly see the portion size. For the next time, you already know how much to put in your plate. If you go up or down 10-20 grams, it won't make a huge difference, because it's a good food. It's a good food. But again, if I would go eating by the eyes, not counting calories, which I did, and even I was trying to introduce only good foods in my diet, I would still overeat. Especially if you're doing exercises, endurance sports. It's slightly different. When you do only weights, you might not feel that much hungriness, but again, you still have to tweak that. And again, in your journey, you have to understand, am I going to lose fat or weight? Am I going to build muscle? Am I going to maintain my weight? Each of these studies have adjusted different calorie intake versus calorie out. And believe me, it is going to change you. It is going to change the way you feel, you look, and your performance. Another subject, just ending up on this, I wanted to say, it doesn't matter if you're tall, if you're short, if you're bulky, chubby, if you're skinny. It doesn't matter. The reason why I picked up this slip, because these words that just came up, it just blown me away. So listen to this: ectomorph, endomorph, mesomorph. What does it say to you? Which body type are you? Are you endomorph? Are you mesomorph? It doesn't matter. Like, the body type is irrelevant to lose weight. It's everything about calorie intake and calorie out. That's the way it goes. But one thing you have to remember, if, for example, you calculate out that for successful fat loss journey for next, for example, 12 weeks, you have to have about 1900 calories. If you have calculated that your daily intake is 1900 calories, I would highly suggest you to get it somewhere around that amount. Because what happens is, if you feel that, for example, oh, I can hit 1200 calories today or 1300 calories today, it's fine if you do it once or odd times off, but I wouldn't suggest you to do that on the daily basis, or like doing a race. Oh, today I was hitting 1500 calories, so today I probably can do 1400, or maybe tomorrow 1300. This is going to impact your metabolism. And what happens is, when you return to normal routine, for example, you return to maintaining your weight, and then your daily calorie intake goes up to, for example, 2400 or 2300 calories, you might have an issue, because by pumping down so less calories than you're supposed to have, especially if you're doing exercises, you'll feel tired. Your body will be tired and it won't be able to lose any weight because it's overtired. It can't even renew itself to sustain itself and to continue to do exercise. So you have to be very careful. You stay on your daily calorie intake. If you're floating 100 calories up or below, it won't make a huge impact. Obviously, if you go over, it will extend that fat loss journey for a couple of weeks, I'd say. But don't go way too less. It will make you feel miserable and it will do impact on your metabolism. The way we calculate our daily intake calories is using several apps. One of the most popular, as far as I am aware, which I am using daily, is MyFitnessPal, but there are many other. A lot of people think that carbs are evil, which is not true. You need carbs to sustain energy. Also, your muscle growth requires carbs. And also, if you are like myself, a hybrid athlete, you will feel miserable every single time you go out and do a performance. Especially if you're doing speed workouts, longer runs, tempo runs. You might feel fine for a few K, but then you will have that sugar level drop and you'll just feel miserable. So please make sure, and whenever you put in information about yourself while you're calculating your daily intake, be as honest as you can. It doesn't matter if you weigh 120 kilos, that's fine, put it in. It doesn't matter, because as more honest you are, as more clear numbers we'll have what to put on the daily basis to stick with. So I hope this message got you well. If you are unsure something, look and search. There are tons and tons of information, but I just wanted to this message today because I've seen this on the daily basis where people say it doesn't matter, once you eat healthy it's fine, you don't have to calculate, you don't need. Well, if you don't have to calculate, and for example you are in a muscle building journey, how do you know how much protein are you intaking? Or how do you know how much carbs do you have in your diet? Is your resources in your body even enough to give body strength to build a muscle? Without this information you are blind. It's the same like driving a car blindfolded. You don't know the road and you don't know the speed. Yeah, we can sit and drive, that's totally fine, because you will feel the steering wheel and you can start the car, but you won't see it. It's exact same with nutrition. And believe me, every single person you see who is looking after themselves, they are in charge on their calories and their nutrition, believe me.